All right. Hey, YouTube. This is Yui from the Strictly Broken YouTube channel, and I'm joined today by my co-host for this series that we're going to be doing, Tom on your left. Tom, you want to do a quick intro of yourself?
Me?
No, yeah.
I'm the producer for the very famous stand-up podcast.
Yeah, Vanguard related.
That's about it.
Hey, you want to mention some of your tournament results?
No,
World famous, man. The world famous.
yeah, world famous.
World famous. Anyways. So what are
I
we doing
got
here? What are we
second in Nats, WGP Nats, like
second?
a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was close.
It was close. Playing what?
I played Fate, to the surprise
Nice.
of many.
Yeah, like I was pretty surprised that that can even make the actual main event. To be honest. Anyways,
Yeah,
uh, yeah. So what are we doing? What are we doing? We're reviving something we used to do on this channel. Long, uh, fans of us since the beginning know we used to do VOD reviews of gameplay, and I think back then we kind of flirted around with the idea of having multiple different cast members and stuff. And we're gonna bring that back. This time it's just with me and Tom. Hopefully we can develop a kind of an organic chemistry between the two of us. As
rapport.
we Oh, what?
A rapport.
A rapport. I don't even know what that means, man.
It's exactly what you just said.
Oh, okay, well,
It's just the word for it.
all right. But yeah, we're gonna be reviewing gameplay. We're gonna be giving in-depth analysis, at least try to, with the hopes that as you guys follow along with our analysis, that not only do we get to have a discussion and progress as players, but you guys can kind of join in and get better as players yourselves. A lot of the quote unquote good players have their own little groups and such where they do this, and they get better by doing this and communicating with each other. And now we're going to bring this in a kind of YouTube video form environment so that everyone can experience it, everyone can bounce ideas off each other, and you can listen to ours and hopefully get something out of it. In turn, you guys can leave a comment about anything we might have missed so that we can kind of continue the discussion after the video. And that's kind of the dynamic we're going to go for. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the game. Tom, are you ready? Are you ready for this? I know
Sure.
you're kind of handling the controls, so you
Want me
I
to
guess
start now? Or I can start now.
yeah, sure. Maybe you should be telling me if I'm ready.
Oh yeah, are you ready, dude?
I,
Are
hell
you
yeah, man.
ready for some Weiss Schwarz?
Ikimasho, dude.
All right.
Um,
I think
uh,
it's you playing. This is SAO versus GGO, right?
yeah. So I wanted to. I guess a lot of people ask me about this deck's gameplay. A lot of people ask me, and we can just keep this rolling. We're just shuffling up. I got a lot of after I made my deck profile. A lot of people want to know how this deck plays because the list is very non-intuitive. It's a very non-intuitive style list, and the deck profile will be in the description. You can see the deck I used to play at WGP Nats. Uh, and I thought the best way to showcase people how this deck performs was through this gameplay. And that's what inspired me to kind of want to redo these kind of VOD reviews that we used to do. So yeah, and Tom's with me. We're just gonna start right off opening hand. You can see the opening hand, right?
You're going
Kind
first,
of.
right? Kinda,
I
yeah.
have.
You're going first, I think.
I think I'm. I vaguely remember. I think I lost
You lose?
going first, second that day, so I think I lost.
Oh, guess we'll see right now. Okay, you lost. Okay, you are going second.
We're going second.
Well,
Against
you're
GG,
clean cut deck, so this isn't bad.
yeah, but he has runner.
He does have runners.
Yeah, that's all. It's SP.
That's pretty unfortunate.
Well, that's
I mean,
like
so what's your play now? I think you just is there you just play your coin flip card, right? I think
yeah, but he's gonna plus no matter what. It's like
that's
unavoidable.
true. That's just like a weakness of this deck, right? Can't stop runners.
No coin flipper.
No coin flipper. Very sad.
If this card gets the stock, man, that feels
It's
really
kind of like a
broken.
+1, kind
Yeah,
of,
kind of
kind of.
like a plus one. You're able to go drop surge into like a Magi or the Silka back row and then get a real one. So it's
You only
actually like
attacked
a plus
once
one.
here. Why'd you do that?
I think my hand was this drop surge. Like I saw it. I don't think any other zeros. So the hope is to let this get the stock so that you can get a real plus next turn with the drop search, right? If you
Sure.
attack
With the
twice.
clean cut, right?
Oh, I did have a clean cut in hand actually. I saw I drew one. I had a clean
Yeah.
cut in hand. I mean, what do you really gain from attacking twice? What do you think you gain from attacking twice there?
I don't think you gain much from attacking twice either.
In fact, you give him the option to level up to 1-0, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
This is a matchup where they have level 1 bombs as their main play at level 1. So yeah, I think just not risking them getting hit to level 1 is
But I
good
have
play.
Yuki though. I do have Yuki. So
That's true. That's funny. That's a funny little interaction. I guess it depends on how ready you are, but I think in general, you'd like to use a clean cut at level 0. And this guy's he's like thinking about playing around it too. Like he's actually he's trying to play around the clean cut, so he only attacks once. This is gonna be a bit of extra turns at level 0.
And that goes, I think, and I get the plus with the stock. I get the stock plus.
Yeah.
And I think this goes in my favor, this game state, right?
It's not bad. Yeah. Let's see.
So, 0-5. If I hit 1-0, do you think I'm way ahead? If I'm 1-0, Yuki stays at level 2. His bombs can't even.
Yeah, I think you're pretty well advantaged if you hit level 0 first. But this isn't bad either. You get to attack.
Attack 3 times.
Yeah, you're gonna drop search for whatever is the perfect card. Pretty strong. What are you searching for here? What are you searching for? Yuki?
Silica back row, probably.
Or Silica back row?
I searched Silica back. I can't use the effect though.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That would be, dude. That would be too value.
So in a different kind of scenario, so like if this were like a center runner, this would be a pretty interesting play. I think
center runner
because like you could hedge, right? Put the or like some limited runner. You could like put the reverse effect on the other lane or something. But I mean, yeah, he's just gonna run away. So.
Is it worth? I mean, I don't want to go too much into hypotheticals, but is it worth losing a stock for like a? Because that plays like 1+. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, you have stuff in your waiting right now. Holy, and this guy churs a door. Dry fielding is good, boys. On the topic of the stock, I mean, you're making a lot of stock this turn, anyways. Do you think that extra stock is like super valuable for your deck? Because I know your deck spends a lot of stock.
Yeah, Yuki
every turn
spends a lot of stock. I think every stock you don't have to spend, you feel good about it because later on in the game you have so many ways to get guaranteed pluses with stock. Like going for wait, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that value. 2 potential cards to plus, and you pay 1 to guarantee one of them will plus. That's like still pay 1 + 1, because otherwise you wouldn't be getting any pluses. Yeah, I think it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Well, he's using his. He has 3 climax in his hand. The fuck. What the heck? Sorry.
Dude, PG.
That's kind of unfortunate. He used. Did he ditch a climax with that Karen last turn? Well, it's kind of sucky, honestly. What is that? Oh, that's a drop salvager. He's gonna drop a climax. He's not dropping the climax. He doesn't want to present. He does not want to present weakness. He wants to make a strong face. I respect that. You know, I mean, sometimes it pays off. I don't think it'll pay off here because you're playing a climax level 1 anyways.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even think.
But it's just funny. It is kind of funny. You know, solid. Man, 3 climax.
Yeah, ask me if I want to cut.
Oh, why? Because ooh,
that's first.
That's not very good.
That's not very good.
That sucks.
So hitting gives me a color choice here. I don't think that.
Yeah, well, he couldn't have avoided it, right? You're at
Yeah,
0-6. You're at 0-6. He had to play climax.
Unavoidable, but it's very valuable for this deck because I am a 3-color deck.
His.
So it's like.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's super big. And entering level 1 at 0-6 is a product of him being forced to attack you to 0-5, right? Him being incentivized to keep you at level 0 by keeping you at 0-5, because that was the only way he could attack and like kill your dudes, means that you got better color options this turn when he attacks into you.
Okay, so extended value there in some sense.
I feel like people don't really think about that too often.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal for tricolor decks. So I think
it is a big deal. Okay.
No clock here, and that's like the highlight.
Oh yeah, you don't clock. You don't clock. Why don't you clock here? Why aren't you clocking here?
This deck has like infinite ways to go back to 7 cards in hand.
Right.
Like literally, I think that's like the big sell of the deck. I don't know if I mentioned that in my deck.
Your triggers are pretty good too. If you trigger like once, you're set. I think it's pretty awesome because you can pay it out immediately.
Pay it out immediately. Look at this board. There's 4 pluses on this board right now.
Ooh,
every card plus
man.
on this board, right?
That's drop salvager. Like
it's a bait.
Oh,
he canceled.
He canceled the 3 like a good player.
I think that was his last climax. I think
was it?
Mention, man. I think he like double triggered and then he had 3 in hand, right? He did mention to me like he was very unlucky, but I'm like, you canceled the 3. That's pretty good with 1 left. Like you can't beat that unlucky, man. Come on, let's be real. But yeah.
Did you sense that he had climax in his hand at this point?
No, I did not. I mean, the player, you play with your local people a lot. Some people are better at representing stuff than others.
Yeah.
I just never know what's in his hand.
Okay. Okay.
Or her hand, you never know.
So yeah, we are all inclusive, the Weiss Schwarz community.
Mm-hmm. And
what are you searching for? Okay. What is your first search like usually?
Always setting up the double back row of silica.
Setting a double back row. Do you keep? Yeah. Do you ever search garbage on your first search?
Oh, so that you can ditch the garbage.
Yeah. Is that something that ever happens for you?
It does happen, and you've played SAO too. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I think
you decided to search for the Ilya. There you go.
It's called Ilya. You guys call it Ilya?
Ilya? Wait did I say Ilya? I might have misspoken.
Oh, that plus juicy.
Wow. How many cards are you at right now? 6? I think you might be at 6 right now.
6, yeah.
And
if I choose to do combo, I'm probably at 6.
What's really cool is that you can just you can also commit a lot at level 0 if your hand is ready for level 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can like play hyper aggressive against decks if the reward is in your favor. Man, this is so it's pretty sad. The pre-fielding the bomb is not going to work here. Yeah, because Yuki is level 2.
Yuki swallows bombs. It is
unless you're playing Fate.
What did I trigger? Just some random.
I think it was just I forget what it was. You can go back a little bit. You want to go back?
Oh, yeah, sure. I actually want to know what I triggered.
I went back a little bit. You triggered clean cut.
Triggered clean cut. Okay, sounds good.
This last tech.
Oh, was this that game? Oh no, it was not that game.
When it bounces back, 2 for 2? Is that 2 for 2?
Yeah, it
Lucky?
was.
What the?
I think.
Are you at 8 cards in hand now?
I am at 8 cards, and like, I honestly think if this card bounces twice in a game, the deck is like super far ahead. If that makes sense. Like it's actually
I agree.
kind of insane.
Yeah, I agree. You're looking pretty good for spending Yuki stock. 5. You have 5 stock, 8 cards in hand.
Yeah, and like the traditional Yuki deck that the West likes to play, the Sinon Yuki deck.
Yeah, I mean you like to play that deck too.
I used to before I lost like 10 games in a row to
and
various other people.
Okay,
that deck sucks. Somehow it could win in London, but 80 people. Or something, But
And he does not want to play the early plays. It's probably this is a result of him having that useless back row. Honestly,
which back row?
like he just said to like not he could not attack with those that stuff. Like that Karen has been there ever since he decided he wasn't gonna send you to level 1.
Do you
Right?
think?
Like,
But what could he have done with the Karen?
I don't know. It's interesting. I think maybe he might have overextended a little bit. Like, maybe played too many cards down. Because this Karen is like useless. It's not attack. It hasn't attacked once, right? It is
cancel.
yeah.
I double canceled the first.
Double
deck.
cancel.
Oh.
You know, well, whatever, dude.
I
think this is more interesting. I think this is more interesting to talk about. So like the idea of like, because like overcommitting levels at level 0 is like a real thing. I think, or level 1, like just overcommitting slots on board.
Slots on board that aren't actually effective.
Yeah,
and they kind of feel full.
That card's just gonna be there for the rest of the game, and it did nothing.
I mean, at some point, it's supposed to be a chump, right? And then it will eventually cash in its value. Like, but
if you're always like, especially in a deck like GGO, right? Like, you're like turn at level 2, you generate 2 attackers for one card. Then you like, are you ever gonna attack with this Karen? Feels like no. Definitely feels like no. He's kept a climax through refresh.
Probably level 3 combo.
Refreshed with 5? I don't remember if he paid out. I think he did pay it out. I think he did pay it
5.
out.
No, he first triggered one of them too, right?
Oh.
5.
Okay. So it was 5.
So the Karen will never cash in. But like I think that logic's kind of flawed, right? Because if it does ever cash in that sense, your logic just doesn't add. Eventually, as soon as it cashes in, your logic doesn't make as much sense, right?
That's true, but for now, it's not doing anything.
Yeah, and you think people tend to have like a card in the back that they won't cash in? Is that a normal kind of? Do you see that a lot?
I feel like that only happens when you make a mistake.
Oh,
I feel like was it really worth not attacking that Karen?
At some point, yeah, he should have probably.
So like,
or like some point, he just maybe like.
Well, even that decision at level 0, right? I'm not sure if it was correct to stall you for a turn. Hard to say. I will say though that does happen when you like, but because like so this happens to me in Fate a lot. Sometimes I'll like screw up and like just commit a card to the board that I should not have. Like what did he end up using that Karen for level 0? Like he basically, what did he do? He essentially played it. I feel like he thought he might attack with it.
Yeah.
But then he decided not to, right? He essentially I feel like he just wasted the value of that Karen there at level 0. I distinctly remember this now. He played it, he front rowed it, right? And he's like, oh wait. He's gonna be level 1.
But this guy was complaining to me all evening.
Oh yeah, the sick double. We just missed the triple cancel.
He was complaining to me all evening. He was not lucky. Okay, I'm actually triggered right now.
Oh my god.
I'm actually okay, but your point is valid. So I want to get back to your point. It's he was gonna think about attacking twice, but because he didn't, that card was just wrong to play down.
And he ends up drawing climaxes that Karen could have discarded for him
later. But this guy seemed to have loved to keep all of his climaxes. Like he literally just kept all his climaxes.
I mean, you gotta represent the strong face, dude. You can't show weakness.
Oh my goodness.
A good player like you can smell it, dude.
Okay. Well, I did smell it all game. I actually thought breast. At this point, he's out like
he finally gets his brainstorm out. Kind of late.
And he misses value, dude. He's only checking one. And that card already checked itself. That card checked. Oh my god, my yellow card bounced again. Oh, and my red card.
Oh, he has to play over.
Oh wait, we actually missed a sick play. I remember this play. I used Yuki to search 2 level 0 so that my red card lives and my yellow card bounced.
Wait,
That was sick.
let's go back a little bit.
Sure.
Oh,
So-
I see.
So Yuki
So
searched 2 zeros.
2
and I
zeros.
triggered the last 0 off the Yuki, so that was kind of sack. So that all 3
trigger
cards in
3.
deck.
Oh, I see.
are 2
And you get
higher.
soul damage, but it all canceled. What a what a player.
But he canceled.
What a
it.
player. Okay, go back to the present. So that was a good play. I mean, playing Yuki lets you do that with cards like these. You can do that with the Ludasa too, right? The Stalker.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's a pretty good play.
Pretty good value. And you know, I'm representing
Anti-change.
Weiss Schwarz.
Oh yeah,
my favorite
anti-change.
Weiss Schwarz.
Anti-change is definitely a thing here. You searched for it, I think. Just like
No,
No,
it
you
was
triggered
in my
one.
hand.
you triggered
It's
one.
in my head.
I think you triggered one.
The anti-change. Oh
You triggered one.
Are you-
I think I remember you triggering one. But then do you run 2 this deck?
no, I only run 1. I didn't
No, you
trigger
don't.
it. It's in my head. It's in
Okay,
my head.
never mind. I think I might have seen you draw it or something. But he goes for the double early play here.
And that's not bad. Like you said, you didn't do it last.
No, I mean, I feel like he just couldn't. He just had like
because the Karen, right? He didn't want to lose.
he
the
said
Karen.
stuff on the board.
And the Karen's still there. It's just chilling in the back. Still chilling. Oh, he's siding. I think.
Siding? Why is he siding? Oh,
Oh, he's-
he has to side. He has to side.
Is he siding? I reversed the card.
Wait, no, he's
Oh,
not.
I'm level
siding.
1. I'm level 1.
He's level 1. You're level 1.
Dang, good player.
Uh,
Cancel too much. Can't.
he's
use-
attacking for 4 in the center, which is pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I'm compressed, right? I'm super compressed.
Yes.
6 stock.
6 stock. 6 cards in clock. Almost full board. Definitely full hand. Are you at 8 cards in hand again?
I
The bounce
think
back?
So
I can't.
No,
I haven't been keeping track.
I think I'm 8. I have to be 8, right? This deck, if it's not ending on.
Yeah, you cancel as expected. Refresh the climax as expected. What is he thinking? He's thinking about whether he wants to side. Ooh,
I'm
did he
thinking
make a
about-
mistake here? This
Yeah,
seems like
I
an
think so.
error.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like if he was gonna side, he shouldn't have sided the Lisbeth.
Yeah.
Like
'cause
I
don't-
like, it's even better to side the Lisbeth because
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Oh. That's like mega feels bad. That's okay. So I'll pause it for a sec. That's exactly the reason why he should have sided the Lisbeth instead of the Yuki. Like
Yeah.
just because like the value of reversing that Lisbeth is way lower than the value of reversing that Yuki. Now you can like go for another turn of Yuki, right? Because he was
Because
forced
the-
aside. Okay,
Well, I
that's
mean, I
definitely
probably
an
will.
error. That's definitely just a goof there, I think.
I probably wouldn't Yuki again because I just literally.
Oh sure, it gives you the option. It's just
Yeah.
more options, man. Now
Totally.
your Elizabeth. It's like the worst case scenario. He had to side your Yuki for lower damage, and
Yeah.
your Elizabeth flipped, right?
Yeah,
And now he's like not going to do damage to you this turn, and you're getting like free hand.
Yeah, I think when a play like this happens, I cannot like sugarcoat it too much, and it probably applies to you too. When something like this happens in a tournament, you feel like the game has swayed completely in your favor, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
turning
got a
point,
free
big
turn,
turning point here.
big turning point. You got a free turn. You already canceled on that attack too. You went +2 on the board, so you're basically re-pushing back like tempo.
Now you don't even have to spend stock if you don't really want to.
Yeah, don't need to spend stock. I can go to 9 stock, and I'm just like I'm swimming in resources. Now he does have 3 early plays, and my deck is not very good at attacking early
Sure,
plays.
but like I don't think you have to now because
Yeah,
because
I'm
of what happened here. It's pretty gross. You +2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think normally you'd be spending stock here, and it wouldn't be like such a strong. It wouldn't be as strong of a position. You just keep going, but
Yeah.
basically that was a very big error.
Oh,
Dang.
I basically triple canceled because I took a side for 1. So
Yeah.
basically triple canceled.
Do you clock here? How important is clocking here? Well, what about color? Is color
Red,
important?
right? I think I have 6
red.
damage. So
You need
if I was
red.
if I was 2-4, 2-5, and I don't have red, probably. So this
Okay.
is something that people don't think about a lot.
Yeah,
If you just have
so
2-1, right?
in
I'm
tricolor
2-1.
decks, this is a pretty big consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you don't clock here.
I don't think I do, and like I don't know about you. When I see I have like 6-card opportunity to hit a red card in my damage, I'm gonna take that opportunity.
That's fair. How much red are you running?
3, 6, 10. Not that much. It's like 10.
Not that much. Well, I was about to say in Fate, I usually clock here for red, even if I don't need to, because I really run full red. So or I would like clock earlier. Ideally, I clock earlier, for red. But
So another thing to consider is like you can always like clock red at level 3.
that's true.
And then your red can be the healer to heal the red off.
Yeah.
And then you're probably never playing red ever again.
Or like, or if your color is just for the healer, like you could eventually take it as damage at level 3 too. I feel like that happens a lot too. And then you can just heal it off or whatever. All right.
All things being said, yeah, I don't clock here. It's not worth it, right?
I'm like, it's so risky, right?
Yeah, and I'm also already more than
you have max resources. You like it's so risky. I think. Yeah, I agree with the decision not to clock generally. Yeah, just wanted to ask because it's a tricolor deck.
Funny. I remember this. I was thinking about playing down a red 1-0 Elizabeth though, and then I'm like,
nice one, bro. Nice play, dude.
No red, bro, because it's value, right? It's
yeah. Wait, this guy tries playing it. Okay, dude.
Wait, I can't play it. Wait, I'm like, I don't have red. I just thought about this. I can't play this card down. And I'm like, what do I do? Because that card, if it lives again, I'm just like wrecking the guy, right? I can represent anti-change in 3 lanes, and it's like,
yeah, this isn't a bad position for him right now either, because you don't have Global Soul right now.
Yeah, no Global Soul. Swing.
So he has a little bit of an opportunity for a comeback.
That gate is pretty bad actually, because
yeah, you're
at max.
Yeah, you're at max. Now you have to pay stock next turn too if you want to pay it up.
Yeah.
Oh, the nice trigger, pretty good.
Is it nice? He's at 2-6, right? He gets. Is it nice? I mean, I think it's inconsequential.
Now he has to decide whether he wants to clock or not. Yeah.
Fair enough. So,
I think any extra damage you do here is valuable. He plays over the care, dude. Never. Okay, dude. Officially, never going to get value.
No value.
No value whatsoever.
4-turn, prelongated 4-turn.
Look at that.
And
Look at that.
It's nice that you caught that. You caught that. It's good. So you got a 4-turn later. He minus.
Yeah, he was just useless. He never played it because he did not think about what he wanted to attack. Like how many times he wanted to attack level 0. Just didn't think it through. Exactly. Just played the card thinking, oh, I'm gonna attack twice, but it turns out, oh, maybe it's not a good idea to attack twice. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Learning from these kinds of mistakes, is valuable. Oh, you take the 3,
but I get red.
Well, that's true. It's pretty value.
It's valid.
That's value. Okay. You didn't have to take the 3 though. You could have taken the 2 and you'd gotten red too.
That's true. He fronts.
He fronts.
He fronts here. And do you know why this front is so bad? He fronts here. Do you know why?
You have a door, dude. You just doored.
Yeah, I
pay out the door.
And my anti-change puts the level 3 to bottom of deck. So then I can make him decompress. He has 1 card left.
Dude, you know what the sick play is here?
What?
You anti-change another lane. And then you cancel. And Elizabeth flips.
Wait, why is that sick? I could just anti-damage.
No, I'm just saying you could anti-damage, but like you could just flex on.
Dude, I'm not a monkey, dude. That is just
that'd be pretty funny play to demoralization. Opponent morale.
But yeah, that front was just wrong.
I agree.
Because now I can.
I think it was just it wasn't a very good situational play.
Siding there, but he only sides for 1 there. I don't know how important the damage is. He might want to force out my, because that card takes 2 cards from my hand. I get to keep 1 card on my field.
But like, okay. If there's one thing about if there's one thing about your deck that the GGO player should keep in mind is, like, you get so much for free. You get so much advantage for free. I just feel like it is not possible to play this game where you like force your opponent to like use their resources like that, right? Because it's not as though you need the stock for your level 3 game either. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's very little value in that line where you're quote unquote forcing them to use their counter, right? Maybe if this were like the Xenon deck, I could understand, but that's just like a play pattern that's not very rewarding against like a deck that's so lean at level 3. Lean Weiss, you double triggered here. Thing.
No, I single trigger. This is my
single trigger. Okay.
Okay. Because I have 2 left in deck and I have 2 cards left.
I think.
So I kind of sack here.
Man, what happens? What happens? Is that climax still in his hand?
The finisher climax is still in his hand. Yeah. He kept it all game long. I think he literally.
I think he did. Yeah. Interesting. Not. I don't dislike that. However, maybe, you know, it would have served him better just like being in his deck and canceling for him. Then maybe he draws it anyways later. I don't know. He's just healing. I think he's just hoping that he cancels for like 2 turns in a row. Because I think that's the only way he wins this game. He basically needs to cancel like very well 2 turns in a row, and you need to take like all this damage or a lot of this damage basically. You're going back with 7, 6.
Yes.
Yeah, 6.
And like I don't. If I cancel this 2, I don't hit 3, right? I can't. My deck doesn't have any damage enablers. If I don't hit 3, I think he lives. I think like the damage output at 2 is just not high enough.
Unless you sack and draw a climax off the top, but yeah.
Yes.
That is like the one way. But yeah, I agree. He actually really wants you to. It's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting how that works. I think it just shows how important managing your tempo at level 2 is. Because I think in a lot of scenarios, this position does not feel very strong for the player who cancels here. Let's see if you cancel. You do cancel. I don't think this position feels very strong for you.
It's pretty bad. You're gonna start bleeding on.
Yeah. He is in a prime position to make a comeback here because that's the end of part 1.
All right, my camera maxes out at 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
I think we have part. Oh, we keep going. Oh, it's as if nothing happened.
Yeah. So, for one thing, I'll just finish my thought. He's in a good position to make a comeback here because he's winning board in basically every lane.
And I have to think so hard, right?
He's gonna be winning board.
Yeah, so he wins board. And if I if he lives and I don't do damage, if I clock, he can kill me. He can on the swing back.
I agree. It's like you could trigger poorly and you just die. This is like a pretty scary. This is why early play healers are so good. Honestly, right?
This position. I think that's what I actually
search for an early play healer. Yeah.
Yeah, and
or not. What are you searching for? You're searching for a playable? You might be searching for a playable. Or a better playable. I don't know. What are you searching for?
Maybe a card that can confirm check a trigger.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. No, you're searching for a Yuna. No, you're searching for okay, there you go. Confirming the trigger, getting some stock.
I'm out what am I out? So I cancel. I'm out 3 already. So I'm scared. If I trigger 1 bar, I could be at risk of dying. Legitimately.
You're gonna Yuki this turn?
Oh, I couldn't early play. I was out 3, that's why.
Oh yeah, you were out. Oh yeah.
Because I canceled.
Oh, this guy's brainstorming. It's 2.
Ooh.
Okay, so what? So in this position, do you finish the refresh?
Finish through the whole deck?
Yeah. So you just hit 2, and you're already out 3, and your deck is not that small yet.
Yeah.
This is
But
like one of those hard decisions.
if I have what? I have great cards that can confirm check my next card. So I get the first attack cleanly through. I can get the rest of the turn in the sense that I can go like let's say the Asuna, right? And the Silica, the top check, both of them top check when they die. If
I
I
mean,
can attack and that one can be clean. Oh, which one? Sorry.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, the Lisbeth. Sorry, they all look the same to me. I love this show, I promise.
Oh yeah.
So let's say you attack first with the Asuna, and then when it dies, you check. It's clean. You can make the attack. If it's not clean, you might if it's a gate, you might be fine with the attack. If it's a bar, maybe you just pass her. And it's pretty safe because then when you see one climax, you don't think you can die. Now he has a burner on the field, kind of messes up with that a little bit. I think basically attacking 3 times with 2 cards being top checkers when they die basically guarantees you can probably live. Something that's
Okay.
wrong with this deck because like as long as you hit clean on the first attack, you're like good to go for the rest of the turn.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
you can make decisions that are guaranteeing
Yeah.
you to survive.
That's
So
fair.
I don't know what I exactly do. I actually don't, but I think looking at this game state, that's something I would do. Now, not every deck has those cards, and I think if they
Right.
don't have those cards, you're kind of really afraid attacking into these situations because
Yeah.
that's when people just die out, right? They feel sacked, they completely die out.
It would be. I mean, that would just mean your deck is sacrificing this for something else, right?
Yeah, not
They're sacrificing the ability to like hedge on bad variants in this kind of game state for something else.
Are there good decks that can't hedge? Like, do you think Fate can hedge?
Do I think Fate can hedge?
Yeah,
Fate
like
wouldn't
the way
even
I'm
be in this
describing.
situation to begin with, right? Fate would be level 3.
Oh, Fate wants to be level 3. They can't.
I mean, Fate would just clock him. Yeah, Fate would
there you
Fate would have just forced itself to level 3, played Riders, and then like whatever. Like
so
level 3 begins.
Fair.
Yeah. Well, Fate just bypasses his problem entirely. Fate can also Azusa to free fresh, right? It's not taking refresh damage.
And then you can be in a favorable deck state again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fate has quite a few ways to like do that. As far as like decks that can't do that,
probably have to. That's topic that.
well, yeah, later we can talk about that later. It's not that relevant to the game right now. We can just keep going.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see what you search out.
Yeah, it's a hard decision. This is like those key decisions that people will die in. They make like a wrong choice, or like not necessarily. You can get screwed over by luck in these situations. You want to make a choice that kind of mitigates that as best as possible.
I agree. You search
Refreshing works.
for you get
Yeah, so I searched
Imagi and Elizabeth. Do you have a climax in your hand? What?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
But this is the play pattern. This is exactly.
Yeah, you're searching exactly as you mentioned. You're gonna ditch. It's a nice opportunity to like, oh, you just ditch trash. Sure. You're going again. This isn't bad. This isn't bad.
One more time for safety, you know.
Yeah, that's not bad. Because there's actually, I feel like there is like a break point at which, like, in this kind of situation where you kind of want to mill just enough, such that it's not like too bad, even if you do trigger. It's like, say you mill too much, but you end up triggering and you give him guaranteed damage off the top. But you don't mill enough, and then you end up taking a ton of these canceling.
Whoa! It went to stock, and I see a trigger.
Or 2. Does he cancel this one too? Oh no, he doesn't. It's sad. Trigger a bar. Do you stock here? I don't think you stock here, right?
No, I don't trigger a bar. I top check off the dying.
Oh.
So this is what I mean. This is the play.
Oh, I see.
How do I die here? Like, how do I die here? It's like not possible.
He burns you for a lot somehow.
He he could burn off the climax.
Wait, doesn't he? Sure. Doesn't the level assist mill the climax?
No, it's only on my turn.
Oh. Did you guys do the effect?
Yeah, we did. We always did the effect.
Okay. Just making sure.
It's mandatory, dude.
Making sure. I'm just making sure, man. I'm looking out for you.
Oh my god, he ditches the game.
Oh. Oh, you hate to see it.
Dude, this guy, yeah, unfortunately.
Is he just... Wait, did he not want to, like, make a healing play? Like, play over a healer? Salvage it back with a Brainstorm?
I don't think he hit the Brainstorm.
Oh. Oh. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't think there's any way you could lose this game. Especially since he's triggering Climax.
Yeah. Now, the way the GGO player, the game ended up working out for him, put him in some weird spots because he had a lot of stock. He could have actually healed down, popping off,
That's what
right?
I'm saying. He has so much stock right now, but it's like
Uh,
it's just
so
useless.
the way he shaped his hand might have been, maybe it just didn't end up working out for how the game progressed. Because like he was probably shaping he kept climax, right? So he was probably shaping for an explosive end game. Which if you know this SAO deck, it's actually not that bad because you sit on some big walls, and if you can -6k to them, you can actually kill them.
Mm.
So you can't really fault him for holding that game plan. It just didn't work out for this game state. And
Yeah.
maybe that's a problem with a weak deck. Like they can't have modular game states. Like he went for one game state, it's not the game state that's favorable for him, and he's getting punished for it.
Can't change
So
tech. Yeah.
I mean, can good decks change that? Like this deck certainly can, because and you could get any game state you want.
I feel like some decks can't, but that's because they think their game plan is just that good.
Oh, that's fair.
It's like that balance, right? I feel like SAO is definitely like if you're having like a spectrum of like, powerful singular strategies and less modular versus a bunch of like maybe less powerful strategies but very modular. SAO's probably closer to the other end of that, whereas the deck like I don't know, Albuta, I guess Albuta or what's another popular deck like Bang Dream, for example. Yeah, Yukina or Mocha, like definitely just like super focused towards getting that end game. Bang Dream's like on the other end of that spectrum, for example. I'm not sure. What do you think? What do you think of that? Do you value the versatility?
Do I value the versatility? What decks do I like a lot? I like AOT. I like this SAO deck. So yeah, I think
AOT's a pretty linear deck.
Is it? You have,
but it can be built. You did build it in a way to give you more options. That is true. Oh,
I think he's done. Extend my hand. He gives me the figure.
GG.
Very family. But okay, so we were on to it. I just want to mention how bad of an attitude. I'm joking. I have a pretty bad attitude when I lose. So how do I like the modular endgame? Probably, I think I do. And Tom, I think I like to think that you do as well, because we both share similar thoughts on our AOT build versus the more traditional, very singular linear AOT build that's like trying to kill.
Right. Yeah.
I think having versatility gives you a better chance in these like 9-round Swiss tournaments. Just have more options, and like AOT has the tools to be versatile. His move gear, which is like any card in your deck. So building it to be this like linear kill deck feels like a waste of like such a powerful card. Same thing with SAO. Like I feel like standby decks kind of wasted the power of that Asuna. Like it's not only such a broken support, but it has an on-play search for anything in your deck. So yeah, I value the versatility, and I think certain decks have this like really great tool to be versatile, and some people build it in a way that doesn't capitalize on that. Maybe. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I like to strike a balance. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I would like to think so. I think the key is having a strong deck to begin with. Because if your main game plan is just not very good, then it doesn't matter if like switch it up and change to a different game plan. So like maybe a good example of that might be what's a less than stellar deck?
Less than stellar.
I'm blanking. But
Like for this season, like one that might have been over. Is that what you mean? Like
yeah. Or maybe just like in general.
'Cause I don't want to say something too weak because that's like a cop out. Like I can say Kisniver, but that's like too weak.
Let me think. Kisniver. That's funny.
Maybe this GGO deck is like a great example.
Maybe. Sure. You think this GGO deck can? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this GGO deck.
Well, perfect. Because we're comparing Sal. Let's talk. It's the perfect comparison. Is like Yuki Sinon.
Sure.
Right.
So Yuki Sinon, yeah, you like kind of like try to do both things. You try to like take advantage of Yuki, and you try to have like a explosive endgame, but you just can't. I think it's like really hard.
It's really hard, yeah. And sometimes you're kind of playing this like it's really like it really fights with each other sometimes.
You kind of need the perfect game.
Yeah.
I think another thing is like maybe ReZero, certain builds of ReZero. I feel like some builds of ReZero try to do too much instead of maybe sticking to a game plan that is just going to be overall more consistent and stronger, maybe. Trying to think. Yeah. Another kind of deck like that?
All standby decks.
All standby decks.
Don't at me.
Don't at you. All standby decks, huh?
Dude, you know what's funny at Nats? In NA play style type of situation, I don't think the standby decks did too well, just overall.
All the standby decks? Was there a single there was like one standby deck. Maybe?
No, two, because there was
Card Captor,
standby.
Card Captor. Oh, Million Live and Card Captor. Well, Million Live is like interesting. I think
and
Million
finals
Live.
Deck. The guy you played in finals as well. It's 4 standby. But
Oh.
I don't know if you count that.
I don't know if I count that.
Alright, because that deck is like a pretty field based deck.
Yeah.
But that's all standby decks. But I mean, like that deck kind of likes its win combo more than the standby, I think.
Yes, I think I agree.
And we're talking about Summer Pockets, the winner.
Do you think standby decks sacrifice strength of game plan for modularity? It's like they don't strike a good enough balance.
Yes, because their hands are always fake, right? Like I think we've talked about this. Standby decks, the hands that they end up making are very fake, and it ends up being just like what they rip off the top turn by turn, right? Leading to like not to kind of like my wall's gonna live.
Oh, sorry. So you think they're just like too focused on their game plan?
Yeah.
They don't leave themselves enough room to wiggle around.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Change like direction if they need to. Yeah. Okay.
It's like literally like they're always cashing in. Like the hand is what's modular. It's what can change. And standby decks cash in their hand to keep their field alive. They're the perfect example of a super linear strategy. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Standby decks come in a lot of deck slots for standby synergies.
Yeah.
It's why whatchamacallit? I think certain standby decks often what are the best standby decks right now? I think Sunshine is like a popular one.
Million Life.
Million Live is another one. I think Sunshine is actually kind of fairly versatile.
Fairly versatile.
Because it has good plays at every level. It's not like super all in on this idea that standby has to give it like the ultimate value every time you trigger a play. It just so happens that all of its climax combos are standby.
Interesting. Okay, so
to answer your question though, I guess I do kind of tend towards not committing to one game plan so much. I think I used to think I liked decks like that, But since maybe like I don't know, around the time I started playing Milky Holmes, I think I decided I much preferred being able to have multiple strong game plans that I can just choose to like go into, depending on whether the opportunity presents itself. And the deck I chose for Nats definitely definitely has like multiple ways they can just go through the game. Doesn't necessarily have to like commit everything towards the rider combo. It can like go for like a different kind of mill cancel refresh game plan.
Fair, versatile. So that was versatile. It's probably the most versatile edition of Fate we've ever had. I mean,
agree.
Fate before this was a fairly linear deck, and I don't even want to talk about Laser, which is like the ultimate
Laser. Oh, dude.
That's
All
like
right.
linear as can be, right? You're only trying to do one thing.
Yeah.
But Fate was traditionally very linear. So maybe the more modular game plans is what is winning a lot of is what good players want to play because they can win them more games. Maybe that's
You
what it is. Maybe
you
that's
get the
why we should
opportunity
draw.
to make the better decision, right?
And maybe that's why this like we've been asked each other quite frequently why the SAO deck is good, and maybe that's the answer. It is the ultimate toolbox deck. You have Yuki, you have Asuna, you have the Silica, you have Amagi. What are you not? When are you ever not toolboxing the best 7-card hand for the next turn? You're literally always making the best hand. Maybe it's the best deck at doing that. You always have the best 7-card hand.
I think the only thing you can't do is play climaxes on command.
Oh, like Fate?
Yeah, like Fate.
Yeah.
That's where Fate is strong. Like the bar trigger ends up being like the ultimate option, right? You can you can use your climax of Global Soul, you can use them, you can turn them into a door, you can turn them into like a clock salvage or whatever. That's definitely oh, I mean, this is a 4-bar deck too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, you're 8-bar though. You can't out
That's true.
climax an 8-bar. I think are we an hour in? Are we an hour in? How are you?
An hour in? Are we? Yeah, about. We're up to
About.
We're almost at the hour mark, so.
Almost at the hour mark, so that's a perfect time to wrap it up. Tom, how are you feeling about this return? I don't know. We don't have a name for this series yet, but how do you feel about this vibe for this episode? First one we did coming back.
I'm comfortable, dude.
Comfortable, man. Am I making you feel comfortable? Are you
feeling? Oh yeah,
comfortable?
dude, super comfortable. No, not November.
Oh my god! All right, with that.
Yeah.
Any last words, man? Any shout? I guess we're like co-hosts. We don't need to shout anything else.
Yeah. Some parting thoughts about this game, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Situational plays, definitely kind of lacking on the GGO player's side, right? Just like several in the moment misevaluations of the game state and what like needed to be done. Like at level 0, the gaff with the Karen, the lead up to level 2, citing the wrong dude, etc. And these are like small things, but in the end, like still mistakes that we can learn from and try to fix.
Cost him a cart and potentially cost him.
I agree. Yeah, that healer, could have ditched him a climax.
It was a big deal. Ended up being a snowball into a bigger deal.
Yeah,
and,
I feel like a lot of games are like that, right?
Yeah, if you end up nitpicking, I think you can always find something like that could have really been different about the game. Is that what you mean? Like,
yeah. It's just hard. It's so hard to like. If you're really competitive, if you're really looking to improve, it's just hard to like, see these mistakes and not like ignoring the result. the game just could have gone way differently, and maybe he would have won instead. So
And like that's a good point to make. The fact, like, I was actually popping off with Kansas this game, and that like kind of masks. Like, we're not really talking about the mistakes that the SAO player or me that I made, but I think no game is played perfectly, and people who say they can play it perfectly are either me or they're just like really cocky, which is me. But like, my mistakes were definitely masked by my Kansas. Right, it gave me leeway, it gave me
right,
ability.
yeah.
And the fact that Yuki is such a broken card can fix mistaken searches and
The
stuff.
power of a versatile deck.
Yeah, it fixes
Yeah.
my mistakes.
Yeah, you think you mentioned something about you mentioned in your video that the drop searcher, you ran at a higher number than you thought was necessary because you thought you were going to make more mistakes, and that the drop searcher is the perfect card to like cover for your mistakes.
Exactly, and I even used it in this game to search
Yeah.
a card. I should might have wanted like the 4 level 3s that was in my hand at the time.
Oh yeah.
Which is definitely a mistake that could have really cost the game had the search be flexible. So I'm not without mistakes. It's just I've had a pop off game, so it's masked.
Yeah.
And that's important to take away as well. You can't just, whoever pops off doesn't mean they're like OP and without mistakes. I mean, I can't catch the mistakes.
I mean,
I was popping
yeah,
off. But...
and yeah. The GGO player definitely did not have amazing luck here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good turns, but couldn't get the comeback.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. SAO, Gara SAO, OP deck. Gotta be honest.
All right.
I have concluded that this deck is way better than Fate, Tom.
Okay, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right, dude. Who's the one who got second, dude?
All right. I had to sacrifice myself for you, man. It was all a sacrifice. It was
Oh,
intentional, actually. From the moment I came
This guy
in that
failed
game,
deck check.
yeah, on purpose for my friend, man.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I appreciate it, dude. Couldn't have gotten second without you.
All right.
Maybe if you hadn't failed deck check, we would have played in grand finals. It would have been an easy game for me.
That's true. That's true. We could have split the flight, but
Oh, hey, dude, don't say that. No, dude, I'm not splitting anything, man. No
What the
collusion
heck,
here.
dude?
No collusion here.
dude, I don't want to. Dude, you know what? That, oh my god, when people were like, "Yo, Yui, it seems like you worship Tom," and that's, dude, I was triggered, man. I was. Whoa, dude. Like, let's not even go there. That's for another video, man. But when everyone was like, "Yo, it seems like you worship," oh my goodness, Tom. Do you remember back in the day, dude? There's no way in hell I worship you. Like, you're good now, but holy, dude. Let me pull up some girlfriend beta versus Log Horizon to show everyone.
How about Lovelight versus SAO, man? I mean, sorry, Little Buster versus SAO.
Okay, I didn't know
Got smashed that
that
game.
deck existed. I didn't know that deck existed. I was but a wee child. Anyways, I'm out. We'll end it at that.
Yeah. Good place
We'll end it
set.
at that.
Hopefully, this becomes a regular thing.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, thank you for joining me today, Tom, and thank you guys for watching. If you guys, last thing before I go, if you guys have video commentary that you want us to commentate, which we would be happy to do so, definitely send a message to either the Strictly Broken Facebook page or the Strictly Broken YouTube channel. It'd be awesome. We would love to comment, right, Tom? We would love to commentate. So, and you guys can learn from that. We can learn from you guys. Maybe get some sick pop-off plays that we never thought about. So yeah. Right now, as for now, we are mostly filming my locals, maybe Tom's locals.
Oh, maybe my locals. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you should get a setup for that. And yeah, that's it for now. Definitely send us some of your gameplay. Leave us some comments to see where we can improve. And definitely give feedback on what you thought was interesting or ridiculous in the game you just watched. And yeah, this is Yui and Tom signing off. Peace.